Welcome back, everyone. We're diagramming some sentences today. So we're going to make sentences on a chart look like this. We diagram sentences so you can see how they all work together to show the structure behind the words. So we're going to start with a very basic sentence, a single subject, a single verb. In order to diagram the sentence, you write the sentence on one line, but you separate the subject and the verb with a vertical line that crosses through that main line. So you put the subject on the left-hand side, and you put the verb on the right. When it starts to get trickier, with a compound subject or a verb, you simply split the main line on the side that is compound. So Caroline and Twiggy would look like this. Caroline, Twiggy are our subjects, so they get combined. You put the conjunction right here. On the left-hand side, the subject side, you still separate that with the main line that crosses through, and you put the singular verb on the right-hand side. If the verb is what's compound, you simply flip the split part. So it would look like this. And you'd still have that main line separating it. So Caroline, the subject, would go here. Caroline does two things. She laughs and she jumps. If we were to add in adjectives and adverbs into the sentence, we add those onto the diagram below the words they modify on a slanted line. So in this sentence, we still start with that basic diagram. Subject goes here, Twiggy. Verb goes on the right, Twiggy kills. Now, amazing is an adjective describing Twiggy, so it goes on a slanted line underneath Twiggy, because that's what it's modifying. And swiftly is telling me how she kills, so that goes on a slanted line under kills. So that sentence would look like that. Then when we take a look at predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives, it doesn't matter which kind you have, be it nominative or adjective, they are part of the predicate of the sentence. So they go on the verb side of the line, following a slanted line that does not cross through the main line. So in this sentence, we still have that main line that's crossed through, separating the subject from the verb, Caroline is, but cute is part of the predicate, so it stays in the predicate side of the line with a slanted line. It would look like that. Same thing, cute is an adjective, so it's a predicate adjective. Cat is a nominative, but it's still going to look the same way. You have a main line separating subject from predicate. Twiggy is. Cat is what she is, so it's after the slanted line with that predicate piece. Cute, but we still have a word in the sentence that's not diagrammed. Every single word needs to be diagrammed. Do you remember what a, an, and the are? They are all adjectives. They describe the word. I'm sorry, Twiggy is cute, but not in that sentence. In that sentence, Twiggy is a cat, and so cat needs to be on the diagram, not cute. And then a is describing cat, so it goes on a slanted line underneath it. When we look at direct or indirect objects, they're kind of like predicate nominatives or predicate adjectives, except instead of slanting the line stays straight and does not cross it. So with a direct object, you still have that basic diagram. Caroline likes, and in this case, she likes who or what? She likes Twiggy. So we get a straight line, and then we put the direct object following the verb after that straight line. With indirect objects, we place the indirect object on a horizontal line connected to the verb with a slanted line. And so we'll do the basics here. Twiggy is the subject, gives is the action verb. She gives a mouse. Who does she give the mouse to? She gives the mouse to Caroline. So when we diagram that, it's going to look like this. Twiggy is your subject. Twiggy gives is your verb. Direct object follows the straight line that does not cross through, so mouse would go here. The indirect object is going to come on a slanted line and then be horizontal like that. So she gives Caroline. And then a is that adjective describing mouse. A goes there. So let's do a few examples together. Twiggy and Caroline fly their new, shiny, purple spaceships. We have a compound subject, so we have to set up the diagram to allow for that with a split subject line, something that would look like this. So one subject goes on the top, Twiggy. The conjunction goes in the middle, and then Caroline, the other subject, goes on the bottom. What's the verb? Fly. Okay, so fly follows the line that crosses between. Fly is an action verb, so we have a direct object. They fly who or what? Give me a straight line that does not cross through. They fly their spaceships. Now we have a lot of other words to account for here. Their, new, shiny, and purple are all adjectives describing spaceships, so they would all go on slanted lines underneath spaceship. So that one should look like that. Let's do another example. Twiggy is Caroline's new best friend. Now we do not have any compound pieces, so we can start with the basic diagram. Twiggy is my subject. My verb is, that's a linking verb, so here I have a predicate, adjective, or nominative, so I work with a slanted line that does not cross through. And friend is what she is. Caroline's new and best are all adjectives for friend. So that's how that sentence would look if it were diagrammed. Here's a hard one. I'd like you guys to try this on your own, and so pause the video, try it out, and then come back and see if you did it right. Okay, let's take a look. Caroline's pink spaceship and Twiggy's jetpack. So I have a compound subject, so I have to set my diagram up to allow for that. Something like this will be how it begins. The actual subjects here are spaceship and jetpack. We have some adjectives describing those words, though. We have Caroline's pink spaceship and Twiggy's jetpack. They gave is an action verb, so we could have an object gave who or what. It gave superpowers. It gave superpowers to whom? To them. So we put the direct object on a slanted line, on a horizontal line connected by a slanted line. We have them. Now we have two other words to account for, quickly and new. New is describing superpowers. It's an adjective, so it goes on a slanted line connected to superpowers. And quickly is an adverb describing gave. So it also goes on a slanted line under the word it modifies. So if your diagram looked like that, you're doing a great job.